Hi there, Internet. It's Anthony, and I'm about to watch another episode of The Walking Dead. This is Season 5, Episode 2, Strangers. So let's go ahead and get into it. Is that the smoke from Terminus? I wonder if they're about to run into Morgan right now, or this episode. So cool how you can see a character be happy for other characters, but also sad for themselves.
I sent you away to this.
You said I could survive. You were right.
I sent you away to this, and now we're joining you. There's nothing.
Is it nothing? Okay, that was definitely something.
Wet socks.
Cool feet.
Mosquito bites.
Itching reminds you you're alive.
Danger around every corner.
Never a dull moment.
Was he trying to like
I said it, and I meant
make all this positive? Like you said, itching reminds you that you're alive. So does being in a nice, comfortable, reclining chair. What is your point?
These damn experts.
Hopefully it's not a setup.
clear. Keep
How'd you end up in this situation, man? Dude, what's your story? Don't think we're just gonna trust you because you're or whatever.
You okay?
Ugh.
I'm Gabriel.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Gabriel.
Do I look like I would have any weapons?
We don't get too short and curly is what it looks like.
Like exactly. Like you can't pull the
I have
priest
no
thing.
weapons of any kind. The word of God is the only protection I need.
Sure didn't look like
He said sure didn't look like it. Man,
I called for help.
where did you come from? Like how did he get out of here?
Just hit the ground.
Like why is he in a priest uniform? Like I'm just so confused right now. Like when was the last I know you ain't been wearing this since the outbreak started. It just seems so random. Like what are you doing? Like why were you on top of a rock dressed as a priest?
How many people have you killed?
He's like, none. That's a sin.
Why?
Well, he still asks why, though.
Because the Lord abhors violence. Or maybe I'm lying.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I'm lying about everything and there's no church ahead at all. Maybe I'm leading you into a trap so I can steal all your squirrels.
Don't joke like that, because you really don't joke like that, man. In this world, you can't joke around like that, man. We don't trust clergymen out here. Not because you're a clergyman, just because you're a person. Did he write the Bible? I mean, if you get bored, I guess that's one thing to do.
I spent months here without stepping out the front door. If you found someone inside, well, it would have been
Why
surprising.
would have been doing all that fancy whistling?
Thanks for this.
We found a short bus out back. But don't run, but I bet we could fix that in less than a day or two. You understand what's at stake here, right?
Yes, I do.
Now that we can take a breath,
We take a breath, we slow down. Shit inevitably goes down.
we need supplies, no matter what we do next.
That's right. Water, food, ammunition.
Short bus ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, sorry y'all. Rick is in charge here at the end of the day.
said.
And we can handle ourselves if things go wrong. And we're strong enough that we don't have to be afraid. And we don't have to hide.
Oh, he's hiding something.
Definitely seems that way.
Dad.
Like, I know that mess can't be comfortable. Like, why is he wearing that? There's no point. And you wear, that's why I'm like, it just seems shady.
I'm sorry. I'm calling it. Washington's gonna happen. You're gonna say yes. Already too much momentum. You can't fight City Hall.
Well, I know for a fact Walking Dead is still filming down there in Sonoya. So I don't know if they're making it to Washington.
Should be dead.
And that's a joke, technically, for anybody who wants to get technical and be like, well, show doesn't have to be where it's filmed at to be set there in the story. I know.
Is it a walker?
Yeah. It's a walker.
Or did you just trip on something?
It's a stack of boxes and a mop, and I tripped. Rule number 1 is scavenging. There's nothing left in this world that isn't hidden.
Nothing left in this world that isn't hidden,
Here.
and they play off of
This was the food bank.
Tara's face a lot with that
Served the whole
line.
county.
Those walkers down in the water. Remember that whale walker? That's gotta stink. I wonder what walkers smell like.
This is what it smelled like.
The sewers could puke.
The water's been coming down.
That's a
that
good
hole
description.
For a while.
What is he doing? Running from the librarian? You got to mess around and die. Rick is like, what is your problem?
What happened? I don't know.
He tripped on a mop.
Well, we push down the shelves on the ones in front of us. We'll fight through and I'll grab it.
Like, Gabriel, you just made a problem for no reason. It's like Rick heard Carl's voice in his head. Like, oh my goodness. And it's like, I gotta save this guy. Whoa. It's just weird to see somebody that is this, like, I mean, he's acting the way we'd all act. But, I mean, it's weird to see somebody that at this point in the world is just so not broken into the world yet. Like, he's really just been holed up in his church for this whole time? Hasn't taken off his suit and all this, like... Bob! Knock on wood. Get him on that little thing sticking up. Put him... No! No, 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 no. Yes. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Hit it again. Right.
I'm fine now.
I said, I'm fine now.
Whatever it is, we can handle it. Doesn't mean Gabriel's a bad guy for sure, but it means something.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what they're talking about. You'll burn for this. You don't need the baggage of another feud or rivalry or beef or whatever's going on.
To the survivors. Is that all you want to be?
I knew he was going there. I knew he was about to say, but surviving
Up in the
enough.
morning, fight the undead pricks, forage for food, go to sleep at night, 2 eyes open, rinse and repeat. However this plays out, however long it takes for the reset button to kick in, you can be safe there. Safer than you've been since this whole thing started.
I wonder what the president is up to in the midst of all this.
Come with us.
She's in. If she's in, I'm in. We're in.
They're in. Now, is something terrible about to happen? I always get scared every time people start getting happy on this show.
Okay.
Oh, you said one more. I feel like he still wants more. It's like one more wasn't enough. What is Bob about to do? Bob, where you going? Show be scaring me. Keep on cutting to all these depressed faces like Bob and Carol
I was at the prison
and Tara.
with the governor. I just didn't want it to be hidden
That's why.
that I was.
That's why they were shooting off Tara's face while Glenn was saying that line earlier about things being hidden and all that. Okay. I guess Tara and Carol been feeling like some stuff is hidden about them from some people. And they're like, would these people really accept me if they knew all that?
And if what you're hiding somehow hurts them in any way, I'll kill you.
Straight like that. Dang, I'm nervous. What's going on? Is it Beth? What if it's... Oh, dang it. I'd be getting so excited. I'd be all of a sudden having something jump in my head. Where's Beth, man? When are we going to see her again?
I don't know.
I just feel like they saw something out there earlier. I'm like, is it about to pop out on them? Oh, crap. Car approaching.
They got Beth.
Yeah, that's the one that had Beth.
Come on, get in.
He's blowing them lights out. You're gonna get a ticket for that. And it had a cross on it. So, is that connected with this guy? Not him, not Bob, but you know, the guy, the priest dude, Gabriel. Even his name sounds kind of fake, honestly, because that's like a biblical name. It's like, did he just pick that? Man. No. Come on. Is that like the scratches they saw earlier? Oh my gosh. Who is that? Is that...
Good news is,
Oh my gosh.
you're not dead yet.
But that other guy, I had a feeling Tyrese didn't kill him. Once again, when they don't show somebody dying on camera, they probably didn't die. Tyrese said he killed him, I think, but I had a feeling he didn't.
There are things we gotta do.
Sure you do.
You and your people took away our home.
Because you were going to eat
Fair
them.
play. Didn't start that way. Eating people. It evolved.
Oh, that's
into
the lady he saw?
We evolved. We had to. And now, we've
What did he do to her?
evolved
Did he do something?
into hunters.
Or does he just miss her?
I told you. A man's gotta eat.
What? They really cut his leg off. He's eating his leg in front of him? What, bro? It's like they love how sick this sounds. He loves how disturbing that is, him eating his leg right in front of him. You taste much better than we thought. Interesting. This guy is
crazy,
just... So is he going to be like the big bad of this season? And I'm guessing that's why they kind of has showed their origin in a way in that first episode. Because he's clearly going to be a continuous character right now. Oh my gosh. Sicko. And there's still a lot going on with the with Gabriel, so I don't know. Well, we know we can't trust him. I was about to say we don't know who to trust, but we know we can't trust him. But with Gabriel, I still don't know what to think. I think maybe he's trustworthy, but he just did something he's ashamed of. I don't even know. All right, so I'm really liking the pace they're taking this season at so far. Feels like once again already they're moving us forward with things pretty quickly, especially in contrast to how they, the rate they were going at last season, which was also good. The second half of last season, I like the slower pace there. Now I think it is time that they sped things up, and I like that they're doing it right now. So like they immediately brought those, those Terminus people back in and showed us like, yeah, they're still around. Even the guy that we thought Tyrese was supposed to have killed, and they are up to no good and will harm the group. So it was like, it was no guessing around then. We saw that, Daryl and Carol may have a lead on the whole Beth situation. So that was interesting to see. And we saw a lot of the characters immediately not immediately at all, but a lot of characters made some progress with coming to terms with things they've been dealing with. Like, Tara being nervous about the fact that she was with the governor group at first. And, she finally talked to Maggie about that. That was a really good scene. And Maggie accepted her. Carol being worried about, everybody accepting her. And I know Tyrese and her had a little bit of a talk about it. And Tyrese said they have to accept her and all that. And she said they don't. And ultimately, yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I feel like both of them kind of felt like they were going through a similar thing. But it feels like they both made some progress with feeling better about it, because I think Carol also had that conversation with Rick where, he asked her, will you have us, and all that. So I don't know, it felt like they were both kind of feeling like they didn't belong, but throughout the course of the episode started to feel more welcome, as they truly are welcome. And I wonder if them feeling like they're hiding something is in any way foreshadowing or paralleling with Gabriel, because he seems to be hiding something as well. And so I feel like them introducing his character but not telling us too much was a pretty good decision right now, because it leaves that little bit of mystery there. It leaves that sense of unease constantly of, okay, so is he good or is he bad or what's going on? Like, because we don't need any of that, uncertainty with the other group, with the Terminus people, because we know how they are and we know that they're out there. But that leaves us with that with him. Also, there was the bet thing. I think it had like a cross on the back. I'm not sure though. I might have saw that wrong. But if it does, could that be implying it might be connected to Gabriel in some kind of way? I don't know. So I like that there's some mystery left open here, but while still, answering some questions and moving some things forward. One thing I just remembered thinking multiple times throughout the episode was that I liked the cinematography of the episode. Like, I'm clicking through right now. There was just a lot of scenes where I was like, oh, this scene looks really cool. Like this scene out here with Rick and Carol. Like, I mean, they really went all in, like, with, crushing the blacks, just really going, having this fall off, especially on Rick, where practically most of his face was shadow. I don't know. I just liked how the scene looked. And then this scene at the end here with them all sitting around the fire. I just thought there was some, some really cool shots involved here. So, yeah. So with Bob, like, he was another character that throughout the episode they were kind of cutting to him, showing him looking sad. Although, like, I'm wondering if, like, because I'm trying to remember what, it seems like he was not as sad at first and then he was sadder. Like, Bob just all of a sudden started getting really, really sad. So I'm wondering, like, if he got bit or something and, like, didn't want to tell anyone. Because there was this moment in here where Bob was, like, almost getting attacked. It just seems like he suddenly was way sadder, more attached to Sasha. So I don't know. Wouldn't it be crazy if Bob did get bit, but he got bit under the leg where they cut off or something? But I mean, I don't know how long it takes to change. So if he got bit, he might have already been going to change. I don't know. Or maybe he got bit and they're still going to end up cutting it off. I'm not sure. But the fact they left him alive so that they could cut his leg off and eat it in front of him is pretty wild. And they're probably going to continue to do that, because there's some sick people. Hopefully Bob can make it out somehow. But at the same time, I mean, he only have one leg, so he'd have the Herschel set up if he can at least keep the other leg. If he loses that leg too, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be kind of inconvenient, them trying to push him around in a wheelchair all the time. So, yeah, I don't know. But otherwise, I mean, like, Michonne, she had a nice moment this episode where she talked about the things, but more so missing the people. That was a really cool perspective to bring up, I feel like, because this world, they've lost the world already. Like it's so far gone, nowhere close. They still have each other in some ways, they keep on losing each other though. That's why I say in some ways, but they have the people that they have. So every time that's kind of like the only type of loss that's really left now. Material things clearly just don't matter as much at all anymore. So, yeah. Carl this episode. I always like the perspective that he brings. I a lot of times find myself kind of agreeing with Carl because I like how, at least in this episode, I like that he has a sense of optimism to him. Like he has a sense of like you said, we can still help people. We don't have to just be so distrusting of everybody all the time. But at the same time, he's not just dumb and naive. He's not just like, okay, well, let's go help somebody blindly. Like he was looking around, looking for clues to make sure that that guy was trustworthy. And he found some stuff that indicated that he might not be and let Rick know. So it's not like Carl is just, saying all that out of naivete and it's just being dumb. He's saying that out of real legitimate, feeling inside that stuff is bad, but we're strong. And because we're strong like this, we do have the responsibility to help others when we can. And I agree with that. And I mean, I think that's how you ultimately get even stronger. So I like what Carl was saying there. And it felt like Rick liked it too. It felt like ultimately Rick, especially when we saw him look over at, what's his name, Gabriel, almost about to die. And he decided to help him. Because he could have just not helped him, honestly. He could have been like, you got yourself into that. We got this food either way. So thanks, but see you later. But he helped him. And I felt like he might have heard Carl's voice in his head when he did that. So, yeah. No Morgan in this episode. I mean, yeah, no Morgan in this episode, but we know he's out there. I feel like hopefully he'll probably come in when they need him the most, when it's least expected. Seems like, everybody's down and out. Maybe then we'll see Morgan. I don't know, but it's good to know they have an ally out there somewhere. Hopefully he's still an ally. Hopefully he's gotten a little bit more of his sanity back. I don't know. But, yeah, that's good to know about Morgan. And I hope they find Beth. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. That'll be it for this episode. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And head over to Patreon for the full uncut reaction way ahead of the YouTube schedule if you're into that kind of thing. All right. I'll see you all later.